A very good morning. I'm Dr. Iram Fatima from the Department of Languages, and I'm here to deliver a lecture on Introduction to Communication. And under this, we will also cover and have more discussion on definition and process of communication, importance of communication in management, and along with this, we will also cover the 7 C's, which is a part of effective communication, verbal and non-verbal communication, barriers and gateway to communication. Along with this, we will also cover corporate communication, its definition, scope, and importance. So, let us start with the topic, communication. Now, let us first understand what communication is. Here, I have given a definition to communication. It is actually derived from the Latin word which means communis, and the meaning is to share. So basically, communication is an exchange of thoughts, messages, ideas, any information, any experiences, via speech, via visuals, via signals, writings, through our behavior. So it has to do with all the conscious and unconscious process. Now coming down to the 7 elements. This is also called the process of communication. So the process of communication, here we have various other models. So those models are, for example, like Shannon-Weaver model, Laswell model, Berlow's SMCR models. But let me tell you, this all comes down to the same structure. Now, what is the structure? What is like really happening here when we say process of communication? Here we have a sender and we have a receiver. So the sender sends the message to the receiver. So supposedly I'm here teaching you on this online platform via PPT. So I am the sender and my students are the receiver. I initiate the communication process and my receiver will receive the process. And in between we have the message. So what is the message? How is the message being delivered? So I am teaching you, this is an educational platform. So the message is that whatever that I am teaching you here, my topic is what I am covering with you. And the message has to be encoded. So I as a sender encodes the message. That is, I transmit the message. I send the message to my sender. And there's always a channel. So what is the channel? Channel is the medium. The medium here is the PPT and the online channel, and there could be many other channels. For example, we can have the written medium of expression in the form of letter, in the form of messages, in the form of telegrams. It could be video teaching, it could be anything. And then once the sender sends the message, the receiver receives the message, and then there is a feedback. The receiver decodes the message. That is also very important. The receiver interprets. Decoding is interprets the message, understands the message, and then the receiver gives the feedback. So this feedback is very important. No sooner we have the feedback, the process of communication is complete. So there has to be feedback, means there has to be a response. So the response could be affirmative, it could be negative, but the response has to be there. And with this, the process of communication gets completed. But at times, there could be barriers also to communication in the form of noise. So supposedly, I'm teaching and there's a glitch, there's an online glitch. So, and if there is some online glitch and I'm not able to complete my teaching, then we say that communication is incomplete. So, for a complete communication from sender to receiver to encoding of message to channel and to feedback is important. So here is just a diagram for you to understand that we have the sender, we have the receiver, and we have the various channels. Importance of communication, this is the next topic we will cover. So this importance of communication in management is actually not just management but business management, any professional settings that we are talking about here. So here we have to now see how communication is so very important, and then it has to do with, first, if we talk about communication in business setting, in a very professional setting, the first thing to consider here is motivation and morale. So we see that how communication is so effective, it is so vital I think communication is vital and very, very effective when it comes to leadership, because it generates a very good rapport, a very good relationship. It builds trust. It encourages collaboration amongst the various employers as well as the employee, and towards a common goal. And the common goal for any business organization is success. Definitely. So the first goal here is, the clear direction. How the managers need to kind of communicate the goals, the expectations that the company has, and it has to be disseminated to all the members, and members also have to be informed and told what is expected of them. Then we have team coordination. So what is team coordination here? That the team comprises of the employer, the CEO, the manager, the employees, the staff, everybody who's working in an organization. They have to come on the same page, because we have to, reduce misunderstandings and all the conflicts, all the issues. So we need to work, every organization needs to work and improve collaboration. So for this, communication is very important. Then we have motivation and morale. So how, an employer needs to, kind of enable and build trust, with the employees, and also have to have a very good communication and encourage and recognize and also give, and expect feedback and give encouragement and recognize all the working employees in an organization. So the manager has to communicate very effectively. Then we have conflict resolution. So what actually means when it comes to conflict? So if there is any challenge, if a conflict has to be resolved, so there has to be a very strong communication that helps to navigate, all the difficult conversations. And it can always, we say that communication bridges all gaps, all differences. So that is very important to find solutions. So communication enables managers, enables them with the problem solving skills and decision making skills, which is the next heading. So here, of course, it opens up, communication. If a manager is very well spoken, can open up communications for all the team members and also provide a better decision, and definitely it will lead to the success of any organization. And then the last here is change management. So when change occurs, there's always, whenever there is a change, whenever there is a transition, whenever, a company is going through a process of, a makeover, a changeover, there would always be some kind of resistance. So communication helps in, clearing all kind of differences, all kind of resistance. So we can say that communication is the foundation of effective leadership, and definitely it can lead to very effective a leader can, build effective strategies and, execute it, implement it, and of course, definitely that can lead to the success of any organization. So now we come to the principle